I'm just playing with you. Don't be scared. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. Today we're going to be talking about the FN 502. Stick around.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats. From review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like, so hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors, doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
I could bring some other guns on the table to do a little comparison video, but we'll save that for later. But we have bought quite a few firearms here lately, all in 22. And in the comments of some of our videos, actually all of our videos, there's a lot of comments that say the FN 502 is one of the best guns out there. So we had to go out and get one and try it out for ourselves. We topped it off with a Burris Fast Fire 2. Not even going to talk about that because it's just a red dot. It does its job. But the FN 502, this gun feels like a full-size gun. Like, it feels like a weapon. I really like that about some of these new 22s that are coming out. And they got the steel or aluminum upper and a polymer bottom, and they just feel fantastic. Matter of fact, just trying to make this video, trying to figure out what to say, sitting here handling the gun, I'm actually grinding my finger off on that. There's a little bit of white dust. This has some amazing texture on it. Just like a full-size firearm. You could put 45s in here, fire it, and this has enough texture on here, 10 mil. It has enough texture on here to handle any of it, just like the full-size FNs. I haven't held like the 9s. I haven't really held any FNs of any kind except for this, but it actually has the weight and the feel of a full-size firearm. Very ergonomical. Has a lot of texture on it, so it's just a fantastic feeling firearm. I cannot wait to get this one out on the range. Let's go over some of the features on here. First off, we do have a threaded barrel with a threaded barrel adapter on here, or a safety deal here to keep it, thread protector. We do have a steel or aluminum top on here, and when it comes to the machining on this particular FN, I don't know about any of the others, but this one here has some amazing machining on it. If you push down on it to really feel the rails while you're working this back and forth, it's freaking butter. It is butter. And if you pull up on it and feel the rails again, it's just so smooth. There's not a lot of wiggle up and down on here. There's a little bit side to side this way. But if you shake it, it's not going to rattle around, so it's plenty tight enough. But the action on this is just incredibly smooth. Now, if you haven't done any research on the FN 502s, these are actually produced by Umarex. They make a lot of 22. They make 22s for companies. I believe that their biggest asset is probably BB guns, if I'm not mistaken. Umarex has been making 22s since I can remember. So they know exactly what they're doing when it comes to producing 22s. I'm sure FN sends them the specs, and they have to make this to their specs to pass quality control. But this thing feels amazing. Sorry. You have the threaded barrel up here, and then the steel or aluminum slide. I'm going to say aluminum just because I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. And it does have the cutout for a red dot. Along with the cutout there, we do have suppressor height sights. So if you wanted to put a suppressor on here, you're more than capable to, and keep your iron sights on here. There is not any dots on those sights. They are not windage or elevation adjustable, so where they're set is where they're set, so you better hope that you got your sights on there right for that to work. The slide stop and slide takedown is ambidextrous, so you can do that with your finger or you can do that with your thumb. Believe it or not, you can even do that with your left hand finger and your left hand thumb. That's crazy. Hey, along with that, we also have ambidextrous safety on here. See, I'm manipulating that with my right thumb on the inside, and we can do that over here too. The safety on here is very manageable. You can get to that with your thumb very easy. I wouldn't say that it has a very positive click when it goes into position, but you definitely know where you are. And depending on how you shoot, you should always know that that safety's down in order to shoot. Safeties that are back here like this, I do like to use those as a gas pedal per se. So when you grab your gun, you're just automatically on it and the safety's down. The slide release is also in a very ergonomical place. I can easily reach that with my thumb. Yeah, I really like the way where both of those are located. Ambidextrous, so you know, it's really ergonomical for both hands. I don't shoot left-handed. Does anybody out there practice shooting left-handed? Leave a comment down below. That's something I never do, and I probably should. So coming back to the hammer, we can let that hammer down. We can recock that hammer and let it down, but there is no double action on that trigger. It is a single action. Rack it, fire it. You can cock it, fire it, like I say. The magazines, if you live in one of those non-USA states, we do have a if you live in one of those non-US states, we do have a 10-round magazine for you. If you live in other countries that respect your rights, we do have a 15-round magazine for it. So both of those magazines come in there. On the magazines, we do have the little finger pusher right here. Just a little bit awkward because it's not on both sides. I think there's the only one that I've ever seen that has one open side for that to go down. I guess it'll work out just fine either way. Don't really need the finger and thumb. So coming back to the firearm, like I say, the stippling on here is just amazing. This stippling right here, and then the standard molded stippling down here is also pretty good. As a matter of fact, as much as I've been handling it, I can feel my hand getting hot because there is a ton of grip on here. Now let's talk about some cool stuff about this. Along with the ergonomics, the quality of it. Let's take it down real quick, and I hope YouTube doesn't watch this because this is a demonetization part of the video here. The slide comes off super easy, and here's one thing that I thoroughly like about this. And along with some of the other newer firearms that are coming out, I believe Glock has an independent barrel. It's not stapled down to your gun, not screwed onto the frame. We've actually got a captured spring here, and then your barrel can come out just like any other firearm, like a centerfire firearm, handgun. So we do have, you know, the barrel comes out, and I really like that just because of the functionality of it. I don't know if you're going to get more accuracy out of a loose barrel rather than one that's actually pinned down to your frame like that. I just prefer these barrels to be loose in the top frame like this. To me, I don't know. I haven't done the testing, but to me that just seems like a more legitimate firearm having it built like its big brothers. And so the going apart, taking down, putting back together, everything on this firearm is super easy. Let's talk about the trigger real quick while I did that. And I'm sorry I don't have my trigger scale on me, but this trigger is probably 3 pounds maybe. We do have a little bit of a looseness right here. We do have a little bit of loose. You get it taken up, we're kind of come back, and that whole thing right there is the wall of the trigger that you saw, other than the slop at the beginning of it, like the slop right here. And then we have all of that motion right there was taking the sear off. It's not like the sear is like sliding along. It's just a steady squeeze. Just the pressure on it. You're not really moving anything inside. I think that's just the pressure of the trigger. Probably from this being a 22. Everything inside is not built to handle heavy loads. So I think that what I'm seeing in this trigger right here is probably just the mechanism itself kind of bending a little bit, grabbing onto that sear, and then letting it go. Not a problem. I absolutely love this trigger, actually. When you're not really trying to pay attention to it, it's a fast trigger. But the reset on it, the reset is pretty long. Now I don't know if that's standard on all FNs of being that long, but the reset on this is quite long. Putting the 15 round magazine in here, the gun feels great. You see it comes down into my palm a little bit better there. Without the magazines, got a little bit of a pinky hang off. Put the 10 round magazine, and as you can see, that fits my pinky on there just right. 10 and 15 rounds is a great round count for any of these 22 guns. I like the 15s a little better. I like loading the 10s better though. But having 15 rounds in a full-size platform like this is a great option. It's a really good platform to go plinking with. You get to learn a lot about firearms when they start making them like real centerfire pistols like this. Along with the Glock, you know, it's the same way. They have the independent barrel, all the mechanisms is exactly like a full-size Glock. It is a Glock. I got a lot of heat in that video saying it is a Glock. Well, this is just like an FN. Well, it is an FN. All the internals are just the same. It's just crazy how this thing works out. I love the feel of it. It's got a Picatinny rail down here on the bottom to hang your flashlight off of. Got a little bit of an undercut here on the trigger guard. Let your finger set up in there nicely. Got a little bit of a groove right here. Same on the other side. Really nice place to plant your finger there for safety. Again, this slide, man, this slide is butter. I like it. I like it a lot so far. Can't wait to get this out on the range. But guys, this is just a quick tabletop review. We just got this gun. I really don't know anything about it. I don't know how it shoots. I don't know the reliability, of course, because no ammo has been ran through it. But guys, if you like this video, if you want to see other videos on the Ruger SPR, on the Savage precision rifle in the MDT frame, stick around because that video should be out already. If not, it'll be out in a couple of days. But if you like 22 videos like this, guys, if you like all these videos, please stick around. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. That's cool. That's cool.
The weather's super crappy or you might be stuck inside. Search G4 Outdoors YouTube online. But as I look up and